Forget walking. These 8 wall exercises do far more for your body and are 100% safe. Let's be direct. Walking has its value, but it trains cardiovascular endurance, not muscular strength. And it's muscular strength that will determine whether you can get up from a chair without support, climb stairs without difficulty, and live independently 10 years from now. Without resistance stimulus, your muscles progressively weaken, regardless of how many steps you take. The problem is that if you're not in the habit of doing resistance exercises, people will quickly tell you to do squats and push-ups, and the chance of a beginner getting injured with those movements is high. That's why today you'll see 8 home exercises done with wall support that offer real strengthening and absolute safety with zero impact on your joints. Before we begin, please tell us in the comments your name and the city you're watching from. We'd love to know. Exercise number 1, Deadbug. The name might sound strange, and yes, Deadbug literally means an insect lying on its back in English. The position of lying on your back with arms and legs raised justifies the nickname, but the exercise is anything but useless. It's one of the most effective movements for strengthening the deep core in a safe and controlled way with no impact on the spine. Its main benefits lie in lower back protection, trunk stability, and fall prevention, something directly relevant for those over 50. It primarily recruits the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest layer of the abdominal muscles, as well as the rectus abdominis, the obliques, and the deep stabilizers of the lumbar spine, such as the multifidus. Research by Hodges and Richardson, published in the journal Spine, demonstrated that the transverse abdominis is the first muscle activated before any limb movement, and that its weakness is directly associated with chronic lower back pain, an extremely common complaint in this age group. Subsequent studies confirm that core stabilization training significantly reduces lower back pain and the risk of falls in older adults. To perform it, lie on your back on the floor with your knees bent at 90 degrees and the soles of your feet resting against the wall, with your arms extended pointing toward the ceiling. Keeping your lower back pressed against the floor, slowly lower one arm above your head and return to the starting position. Then repeat on the other side in an alternating and controlled manner. An important tip: exhale gently as you move your arm, as this reflex naturally activates the transverse abdominis, protecting your lower back throughout the entire movement. The main errors to avoid are losing contact between your lower back and the floor when moving your arm, which completely undermines the effectiveness of the exercise, and performing the movement too quickly, when the entire purpose of the Deadbug lies in slow, precise control of each phase. Do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions per side, with 30 to 45 seconds of rest between them. People with abdominal hernia, acute lower back pain, or who have difficulty getting up from the floor safely should avoid or adapt this exercise with guidance from a professional. Moving off the floor and standing up, the next exercise brings a different challenge for balance and strength. Exercise number 2, Wall March. The wall march looks simple, but it is extraordinarily effective in practice. Its main benefit lies in the simultaneous combination of strength and balance, 2 qualities directly linked to fall prevention and the maintenance of daily independence, especially for those over 50. And don't underestimate that combination. According to public health data, falls are the leading cause of accidental death among older adults, and lower limb weakness combined with compromised balance is among the most determining factors. Regular practitioners notice a perceptible improvement in steadiness when walking and in confidence on uneven surfaces. The exercise primarily works the hip flexors, quadriceps, glutes, and calves, with the core and trunk stabilizer muscles continuously activated throughout the movement. What many people don't realize is that the wall march also trains proprioception, meaning the body's ability to perceive and adjust itself in space, which is exactly what prevents us from tripping and falling in everyday situations. This body awareness deteriorates with age if not stimulated, and exercises like this one are among the most accessible ways to keep it active. To perform it correctly, stand facing the wall at approximately 1 step away. Place your hands on it at shoulder height with your arms slightly extended. Keep your body straight with a slight natural forward lean, and alternate lifting your knees toward your chest as if marching in place, always with your core engaged. Prioritize the quality of movement over speed. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel your abdomen firm and your body stable with each leg switch without lateral trunk sway. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 20 to 30 total repetitions, or march for 30 to 60 seconds, resting 30 seconds between sets. To progress over the weeks, gradually increase the marching time or reduce the rest interval between sets. People with serious balance problems, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or cardiac conditions should consult a doctor before starting. Those with acute hip or knee pain should reduce the range of motion, lifting the knees only as high as is comfortable. The most common errors are leaning too far forward and losing alignment, rounding the back and compromising posture, lifting the knees quickly and without control, and bending the elbows too much during the exercise. Another Another frequent mistake is holding your breath out of tension or concentration, which reduces performance and unnecessarily raises blood pressure. Breathe continuously throughout the entire execution. Exercise number 3, wall kickbacks. Wall kickbacks are a true goldmine for those who want to strengthen the posterior chain without leaving home. The main benefit lies in the intense recruitment of the gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle in the human body and fundamental for propulsion, pelvic stability, and lower back protection. Many people don't know this, but weak glutes are among the most frequent causes of lower back pain, as all the pelvic instability generated by that weakness is transferred directly to the vertebrae. In addition to the gluteus maximus, the exercise efficiently activates the gluteus medius, the hamstrings, and the hip extensors, while the core works continuously to keep the trunk stable. Just imagine how many backaches could be avoided simply by strengthening these muscles that most people completely ignore. And there's more, because it's the largest muscle in the body. A well-developed gluteus increases metabolic demand at rest, contributing to body weight control even outside of training. To perform it, stand facing the wall with your hands supported at chest or shoulder height. Keeping your core engaged and your spine neutral, kick one leg backward in a controlled manner, keeping it straight and squeezing your glute firmly at the peak of the elevation. Return slowly without resting your foot on the ground between repetitions to keep the muscle under constant tension. That detail is what separates those who merely swing their leg from those who actually train the glute efficiently. The most frequent errors are arching your lower back when lifting the leg, which is a clear sign that the range of motion is beyond what's necessary, relaxing the core during the movement, and using momentum instead of muscular control. Do 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions per leg, with 30 to 45 seconds of rest. People with acute hip pain, severe arthritis, or recent surgery in the area should avoid this exercise or consult a professional before starting. Exercise number 4, wall angel. The wall angel directly confronts one of the most common and most underestimated postural problems in the adult population: thoracic hyperkyphosis, that progressive and silent rounding of the spine that gradually sets in over time. Its benefits go far beyond aesthetics, as research has shown that this excessive upper back curvature is associated with a higher risk of falls, vertebral fractures, and compromised respiratory function in older adults. Strengthening programs for the scapular and postural muscles have been shown to be capable of partially reversing this condition, also reducing neck and upper back pain. The exercise intensely works the middle and lower trapezius, the rhomboids, the rotator cuff, the posterior deltoids, and the scapular stabilizers, while also promoting active stretching of the chest muscles, which are frequently shortened after years of closed-off posture in front of screens. To perform it, stand with your back to the wall with your feet about 4 to 6 inches away from it. Press your head, shoulders, and lower back against the wall. Raise your arms, forming a 90-degree angle at the elbows at shoulder height, and slowly slide them upward, keeping your elbows and wrists in contact with the wall the entire time. Don't force it if there's a mobility limitation. Respect the available range and gradually increase it each week. The most common errors are arching the lower back excessively to compensate for lack of mobility, and lifting the elbows or wrists off the wall, losing all the effectiveness of the exercise. Each repetition should take about 4 seconds, with full focus on the quality of the movement. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 slow repetitions. People with rotator cuff injuries, anterior shoulder dislocations, or acute pain in the area should start with a reduced range of motion and ideally work under the guidance of a physical therapist. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with long-term health in the world of exercise. Exercise number 5, wall push-up. The wall push-up is the smart entry point to upper body strengthening without the risk of falling or excessive joint overload. It activates the pectoralis major, the anterior deltoid, the triceps, the serratus anterior, and secondarily the scapular stabilizers in the core, which work continuously to maintain body alignment during the movement. For those over 50, this exercise offers a benefit that goes beyond muscular strength. Wolff's Law, widely validated by science, establishes that bone strengthens in response to the mechanical tension applied to it. Reviews published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research confirm that resistance training of the upper limbs contributes to the maintenance of bone mineral density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures in the wrists, elbows, and shoulders, areas especially vulnerable with advancing age. To perform it, stand facing the wall at approximately 1 arm's length away. Place your hands slightly wider than shoulder width at chest height, keep your body straight from your heels to your head, and bend your elbows at about 45 degrees from your body, never fully open, bringing your chest toward the wall. Push back in a controlled and complete movement. To progressively increase the difficulty, simply move your feet a little further from the wall each week. The most common errors are opening the elbows too wide, overloading the shoulders, curving the spine during the movement, and performing the repetitions too fast, losing the time under tension, which is exactly what stimulates the muscle to strengthen. Do 2 to 4 sets of 10 to 20 repetitions. People with tendonitis, rotator, cuff injuries, or acute wrist pain should start with a smaller range of motion and seek guidance if the pain persists. Exercise number 6, legs up the wall. If there is one exercise on this list that looks more like rest than training, it's this one. And the good news is that it truly works. Legs up the wall is a restorative exercise that acts passively on the hamstrings and calves, those muscles called the second heart of the body precisely because of the function they perform, pumping blood back to the heart, overcoming the force of gravity. Each time the calves contract during movement, they push venous blood upward toward the heart. When we spend hours sitting or standing without moving, this mechanism stalls and blood accumulates in the lower limbs. Legs up the wall reverses this situation passively and effectively. For adults over 50, the benefits include improved venous return, reduction of swelling and the feeling of heavy legs, a drop in blood pressure, and improved lymphatic drainage. Regular practitioners report significant improvement in sleep quality when they perform the exercise in the evening. To perform it, sit sideways next to the wall with your hips close to it. Lie on your back as you rotate your body and raise your legs, resting them against the wall in one fluid motion. Adjust yourself so your glutes are as close as possible to the wall without forcing it if there's excessive tension in the hamstrings. Keep your legs relaxed and extended, your arms at your sides with your palms facing up, and breathe deeply through your nose, progressively relaxing each muscle with every exhale. The most common errors are forcing your glutes against the wall causing discomfort, keeping your legs tense during the position, and holding your breath, which completely cancels out the restorative effect of the exercise. Stay in the position for 5 to 15 minutes, 1 to 2 times a day, preferably in the evening. People with glaucoma, retinal detachment, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or severe hiatal hernia should avoid this exercise or consult a doctor beforehand. And what would a complete strengthening routine be without an exercise that specifically works your core? The next one has exactly that purpose. Exercise number 7, wall plank. The wall plank is the smart version of the traditional plank for those who want all the benefits without the risk of falling or overloading the wrists. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is the number of muscles it engages simultaneously. The rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis, the obliques, the lumbar stabilizers, the deltoids, the triceps, the pectoral muscles, and the serratus anterior all work together, creating a solid foundation of functional strength applicable to virtually every movement in daily life. A strong core is directly associated with the prevention of lower back pain and improved trunk stability in activities such as carrying weight, climbing stairs, and changing position quickly. To perform it, stand facing the wall at approximately 1 arm's length away. Place your palms against the wall at shoulder width, move your feet back, and keep your body inclined in a straight line from your heels to your head, like a rigid plank, with your core engaged and your breathing flowing normally. The further your feet are from the wall, the greater the challenge. To progress, gradually increase the holding time week by week. The most frequent errors are letting your hips drop or rise, breaking the body's alignment, arching or rounding the spine, and especially holding your breath, which can dangerously raise blood pressure. Breathe continuously and in a controlled manner throughout the entire hold. Hold the position for 20 to 60 seconds, 2 to 4 sets, with 30 to 45 seconds of rest. People with serious shoulder problems, carpal tunnel syndrome, very high blood pressure, or abdominal hernia should avoid this exercise, or perform it only under specialized supervision. And to close with a bang, the most complete exercise on the entire list. Exercise number 8, wall squat. The wall squat is one of the most effective exercises for strengthening the legs without any joint impact, working with great intensity the quadriceps, the gluteus maximus, the hamstrings, the inner thighs, the calves, and the core, responsible for stability throughout the entire isometric hold. For those over 50, this exercise is essential for maintaining functional independence. Lower limb strength is directly related to the ability to get up from chairs, climb stairs, and walk for long periods without fatigue, in addition to contributing to increased bone density in the legs and hips, reducing the risk of fractures. Regular practitioners show significant improvement in confidence while moving and in knee stability over time. To perform it safely, press your back completely against the wall, maintaining full contact. Place your feet hip-width apart and step them out about 12 to 20 inches from the wall. Slide your back down until your knees reach 90 degrees, or the most comfortably achievable angle as if you were sitting in an invisible chair, and hold the position while breathing deeply. The burning sensation in your quadriceps is completely normal and expected. It is exactly the sign that the exercise is working. The most common errors are letting your knees go past the line of your feet, causing excessive stress on the joint, taking your back off the wall and losing structural support, holding your breath during the hold, and forcing too low an angle causing knee pain. Hold for 15 to 45 seconds initially, 2 to 4 sets, with 45 to 60 seconds of rest. People with serious knee injuries, compromised meniscus, severe arthritis, or acute patellar pain should avoid this exercise or work at a minimal angle with professional guidance. If you enjoyed this and you're someone who spends a lot of time sitting, we've left a video appearing on screen right now, showing the stretches used by the Japanese to undo years of that poor posture. Make sure to check it out. Thank you for watching all the way through, and God bless you, my friend.